What's up, guys? Adrian here with a much requested leg day. Sorry for the lack of fitness uploads, if you will. You know, I came at you guys with with this channel on the emphasis of fitness and dropped 2 vlogs on you guys. So my bad for those who are looking forward to the fitness aspect of this, but just letting you guys know we do have a set schedule now in mind, and we are going to be focusing a lot more on consistent uploads for fitness and vlogging. So for those of you that do enjoy me being like an idiot on camera, there you go. You can still get your vlogs, but also the other people that are here for the fitness, you can still get your part of it, if you will. But basically right here, we're starting off with a squat, just basic, basic movement. This is just a 4x12, and make sure we're progressive overloading, so make sure you're going all the way down, ass to grass, if you will, and getting that nice contraction forward. Make sure the form's right, because you can really mess yourself up on a squat if it's not correct. So always remember to drop the hips and then drop everything else first. So you want your knees not above your toes. Also, along with this, I just wanted to clarify that this is kind of a beginner-ish kind of exercise, if you will. So I'm going to be running through with you guys a beginner workout, because I know a lot of the people that subscribe to me right now follow me because they want to get motivation to work out and they want to start working out themselves and they want kind of pointers. So I will give you guys set counts and rep counts for beginners, but along with that, I will give you my set counts and my rep counts, because for gaining size on legs, again, you can't stick with these light, 4x12s and stuff like that. You got to go really intense, and that's ultimately the way to gain size on your legs. So jumping over here, we have a isolation leg press, which honestly is one of my favorite exercises for legs. It really allows for a contraction on honestly the entire leg. Right here, if you notice, I am going half rep, and I am really focusing on a slow contraction. Right, I'm keeping my feet kind of in the center of the leg press, and that's just because I want to put more focus on my quads. So I'm trying to kind of limit the amount I'm putting on my hams and quads, or hams and glutes, just for the sense we just squatted, and I still deadlift also. So here is just a good contraction, and it gives you a really nice pump, gets the legs warmed up for the rest of the leg workout as well. And overall, just kind of, it honestly really burns. So if you guys are looking for kind of quadricep activation workout, if you will, dropping big words on you guys now. But shut up, Corey.
It's like a solid 7-letter.
Hey man, it's a big word, okay? Especially when you're so fucking meathead, right?
Hey, that's where we go.
Nah, but anyways, that was just, I really like that workout, and personally, it just overall kind of completes my workout, if you will. I don't feel complete without it. So moving on, we're on to the quad extension, or leg extension, if you will, whatever you want to call it, doesn't really matter. Right here, again, I'm going for isolation, and I'm going for really slow contraction on the way down. I'm controlling the weight, making sure that the weight's not controlling me. Again, if you're hitting any kind of weight, regardless if it's like 185 or 225 or 315 even, you want to make sure that you're still in charge of the weight, because yeah, especially when you get up in heavier numbers, when you start going like really fast and not focusing on the contraction, or kind of just throwing the weight around, that really leads to like injury, and that's the last thing you want to do, because if you get any kind of leg injury, you're already looking like out of the gym for a good solid like 2 months minimum. So remember, make sure don't be ego lifting out here. make sure you can do the weight and control the weight, So if you can't tell by my facial expressions, this is really burning right now. With the isolation leg press, that really burned my quad out. So yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that it was kind of intense, but nah, that leg extension was just brutal. And honestly, it feels like my quad was just gonna fall off the bone, if you will. Moving on, we are hitting some calves, and yes, I do hit calves. My calves may be small, but doesn't mean I neglect them, all right? It's just bad genetics. Still trying to push through. Anyways, here we're going for a 5x20, a little more intense than the last few, but again, calves are one of those really stubborn muscle groups that they're kind of hard to force growth on. So you got to make sure you're keeping the time under tension and slowing the contraction down. So if you guys notice, I'm going really lightweight, and I'm just making sure I'm getting that good squeeze on the way up and down. Overall, this is just a really nice pump for your calves, and it makes my calves look kind of decent, Nah, my calves still look small afterwards. I just like to hype myself up and say I get a pump. But either way, this will help for most people with calf growth, And if you don't want to do this, there's also a seated calf that honestly kind of helps, or a donkey calf raise, which is another variation I'll show you guys in another video. But overall, this really burns. If you're doing it right, you honestly will get off of this machine and barely be able to walk and almost fall over even. But going back on it, since this is a lot of footage for the calves, I will go over the rep counts and set counts for people that want to gain size. For squat, I was going for a 6x12 on top of the warm-up sets, so in total 8 sets, if you will, 8 and 9 sets of squat, 12 reps each. I was going progressive overload, I went up to 225 and I stayed there for a while. But remember, you want to hit your weight, you want to contract, you want to make sure you're slowing down that process and really breaking down each muscle fiber and overall getting the best contraction out of your muscles that you can. On the the single isolation leg press, I was going for a 5x12 each. And again, progressive overloading, I'm really going to be forcing that down your throats, making sure you guys realize what I'm saying here. Progressive overloading is going to allow for that strength building aspect and more muscle breakdown and tear and strength. So it's just common sense. The more and more you load something onto your muscles, the more and more they're going to want to be forced to grow. So if your muscles are already fatigued or fatiguing and you're throwing more weight on them, they're just naturally going to want to grow more. Obviously, you don't want to go too high to the point where you can't control it, or to the point where you're going to like force injury on yourself. So again, just make sure you're focusing on contraction and controlling the weight. After that, on the leg extension, I went for a 5x12 again. Again, just basically pumping everything out we possibly can. Here's me acting a fool on the, the hamstring machine that was just completely useless. Oh my god. Dude, it burned, but yeah,
what are those pads?
I hated this machine so much. It was so weird to use. I did not feel comfortable using it at all. But either way, it still led for a good burn. We don't usually work out at this gym, but it was the best place to go for recording, especially because it's kind of hard to record anywhere else. But basically, going back to what I said, for the leg extension, I did a 5x12, again, slow contraction. Here, with calves, I actually did a 5x20, so that one's fine. But with the leg curls, you're going to want to go for, again, really, really slowing down the contraction and process, because your hamstrings are really easy to fatigue and burn out. So make sure you're going for I would say if you're trying to gain size, go for a 5x20. I went here for a 4x10, and it honestly burned. But either way, this entire workout sucks. And overall, my hamstrings were just completely fried after this, honestly. I could barely walk out of this gym. Alright guys, so there's our leg day done. I had a lot of fun recording it. I had a lot of fun talking it over with you guys. Of course, doing legs is never fun, but you got to do it. Also, before I leave you guys, I wanted to let you guys know I am now sponsored by a fitness apparel company. They're called the Eomic, and I have a discount code, so if you guys want to go check them out, I'll leave their links to their socials down below. If you use the code Anaya25, you get 15% off at checkout, and honestly, their apparel is really nice. I actually really like the shirt. It's really nice form fit,
It's a really nice
and
material.
it's a very nice material, yeah.
It's very nice.
But overall, again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for the support on the channel so much. And I just honestly I couldn't be happier. So again, all of our socials are down below, Eomix down below, and use code Anaya25 to get yourself 15% off. Go check us all out and subscribe, turn that bell on. You know the deal. And we're out. So peace out, guys. Thanks.